So this is the towel analysis, guys. The towel analysis. Now, you know what? A lot of people are talking about the towel, but I came to understand that the Moroccans thought that the Senegalese were using juju, which is ridiculous. Because if Senegal was using juju, they would have won all the World Cups that we have known, all the AFCONs that have existed. They would have used juju to do that. But you know what? I don't know what this was. Honestly, I was supporting Senegal, and I was disturbed by the happenings of the towel. People were grabbing the towel, the goalkeeper's towel. Apparently, Moroccans did also the same thing with the Nigerian goalkeeper when they were playing against Nigeria. So I think they believe that West Africans will use juju or something like that, which I don't know. But this was upset. And this was embarrassing, especially given the fact that the referee didn't do anything about this. The officials didn't do anything about this. If anything, the Moroccan officials were actually running and also asking the substitute goalkeeper from Senegal why he was protecting the towel. I mean, all these ball boys were just running and grabbing the towel. But we know, if you have played soccer before, or if you have watched enough matches, you will actually know that you need the towel sometimes to dry your hands, and even sometimes to dry the ball itself before you kick it or something like that, which happens a lot. That's why you see people putting the ball inside their jersey when they want to throw it, and sometimes people, they dry their gloves with the towel, which is some kind of a common practice in the soccer world. But in Morocco, it started to be superstitious. It was superstitious, and people were just surprised why they are taking the towel, which basically was ridiculous. But you know what, guys? Let's talk about those goals. That goal which was denied Senegal, and then the penalty which was awarded to Morocco, and how Diaz, whatever his name is, this Real Madrid boy, then tried to chip over Mendy and then failed to do so. I mean, it's like karma coming 360 degrees. Like, people are like, oh, that's it. This was not a penalty kick. I mean, that cannot be a penalty kick in a final. That cannot be a penalty kick, honestly. Especially given the fact that on the other end, someone was just pushed slightly, fell down, and the goal was disregarded just because of that small push. And this, I think, among all the finals AFCON that we've watched, this was the most interesting and ridiculous final that we've watched. And what about the Senegalese players, walking out of the stadium, guys? Walking out of the stadiums! They walked out, marched out. Thank God for Mane, who actually, convinced them to come back, because I think FIFA was already preparing to ban all of those boys from playing soccer ever again, or maybe to give them fines up to $1 million or something like that, so that their careers would end in these European clubs where they are playing for. But this was interesting. But you know what? Whatever you want to remember about this final, guys, the towel. I never knew in my life that the towel could be that important. And I know a lot of you guys don't know this too, because you don't spend much time with the towel in your life. I mean, maybe you use it for 5 minutes while it's your bathing, but that's it. So to think that we can watch the final, the AFCON final, and we will be watching the towel and not the ball, counting the number of towels which are being taken out of the stadium and not the number of goals which people are scoring, was ridiculously funny, guys.